Hello folks, welcome back to another episode of Feast Your Peepers. Yes, today folks, I'm going to be showcasing none other than George Romero's 1968 classic, Night of the Living Dead. Yes, so without further ado, I'm going to get into this because we might be here a bit longer than usual because there's quite a lot to get through. Now, I didn't include figures, frame posters and stuff like that, and other t-shirts that I have because I will be here all day. Yeah, just going to go through my media stuff and a few little other bits and pieces. So if you want to stick around and watch this with little old me and my little trusty iPhone, with no intros and no outros and no gizmos and all that shit, by all means stick around. So first up we have none other than the Tartan released VHS, which has the original artwork on there. That's the front side, there's the spine, and there's the back. Now, I did have the old Intervision Alpha VHS. I did buy that off a guy who owned a video store many years ago during the 80s, and for the life of me I haven't a clue where that cassette went to. Unfortunately, it's been lost to the dust of time. Yeah, so that's my VHS copy. Next we have a special collector's edition, extensively restored and remastered, no doubt, a Steelbook DVD version with a bit of a dent in it there, I can see. I bought this about 20 years ago. I don't think there's that much inside, to be honest. No, it's just the disc, no booklet, bare bones, pretty boring. Next up we have the Arrow Films trilogy set, which is actually a 4-disc set of Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead. Limited edition box set, yeah. And I'll get this open so you can have a little nosy inside. So here we go. Well, that's the front, and then here we have the discs. There we are. There we go. Not a bad little set, actually. Some has documentary, The Dead Will Walk documentary on there, auto commentaries with George Romero and producer Richard P. Rubenstein. And special features for Day of the Dead has commentary, special effects team including Greg Nicotero and the many Days of the Dead all new 39-minute documentary. So that's that version. No other booklets or anything, it's just the discs. So thirdly on the list, I have the Anchor Bay trilogy box set, which I think's long out of print, I would assume. There we go. And this is a bit tattered, it's coming away there at the top, as you can see. It's been through the wars, this one. So it opens out with that artwork in the inside. I always love that artwork. I would love a poster of that one, actually. And inside you have a little booklet, which I shall show you now. There's there. Various stills and blurb about the film, or films, should I say. There we go. And then this folds out with 4 discs, including the Document of the Dead documentary. There we go. Nice edition, that one. For a long time, that was the only way I had those movies, apart from the VHS. I had this box set for years before I bought other editions. So, next up, we have the lovely Criterion Blu-ray edition, which looks outstanding. It's a phenomenal package. How does this open? Why isn't this opening? There we go. having trouble getting it out this time. Usually have trouble getting it in, but not out. So there we go, there's the artwork there. Little gatefold cover there. And you have the 2 discs in there. And a poster. Who doesn't love a good poster? There we go. There's that lovely poster of the girl there, which is also on my shirt, as you can see. There we go. Back in here. And just as a little side note, back in the summer of, it was July 2019, I happen to have a relative that lives in Pittsburgh. He's the brother of my girlfriend, Maggie. Shout out to Maggie, hello there. And when I went to see him there in summer of 2019, we then had a little day trip to Evans City, of all places, where Night of the Living Dead was filmed, the cemetery and the surrounding areas. I went to visit the cemetery. It was a surreal experience being there, being around the headstones where the actors were and stuff, you know. It was just mind-blowing. And that little house, little cabin, or I think it's a church now. I think it's turned into a church. And it's like a little place of worship, if you like, just on the border of the path and leading into the cemetery. And it was outstanding. That was a phenomenal experience. And also in Evans City at that time, they had the Living Dead Museum, which is now actually moved to the Monroeville Mall. And I haven't been back since to visit that, which I would like to do someday. I also obviously visited the Monroeville Mall while I was there. That was a surreal experience, walking around that mall and seeing those pillars and just thinking of like Thomas Savini running around and George Romero being there. Visiting the George Romero bust, which is housed at the back of the mall. And that was a phenomenal experience. And like I say, visiting that cemetery, oh, I mean, the amount of time I've watched this film since I was a kid, and then to eventually go there, you know what, 40 years later, oh, it was out of this world. But anyway, I digress. So, onward. Next we have my most latest edition, which is a German, lovely Fan Dabby Dozy box set by the Art House Company. Now, it's quite a big box, as you can see. There we go. It has all those lovely features in there, which I shall show you now. So, a couple little stills there, cards. Look at that. Oh yes, loving the camera zooms in on that. Awesome stuff. There he is. Class. Love that shot there. Very creepy, eerie. There they are, deciding what to do, watching news reports of the impending doom that awaits them. So that's the card side of it. And we have next a poster. Always have to have a poster. It's only one-sided, this one. Well, I'd say it's a good one. That's the original poster artwork there, as you can see. There you go. Very nice. And next, what do we have? Another poster of the newly commissioned artwork with it up. Upside down, Marty. That's twice you've done that now, you silly bastard. There we go. Oh, that, isn't that glorious? Love, 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 love it. Oh, and another poster. Count them, folks. 3. Spoiled here, absolutely spoiled. This is actually, I might get this framed. I love this one. Look at that, with Ben there. Oh yes. Lovely, 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 lovely. Lovely. Suicidal Tendencies, folks. You know that band? You know I'm getting that. The song, Lovely. Anyway, waffling again. Here we have a little comic graphic novel. Yes, all in German. Luckily I speak German because I lived there for almost 6 years in the land of beer and sausage. There we have the little booklet all about the making of, which is also in German obviously. Some nice stills there. There's Barbara there, oh yes. Ben. They're coming to get you, Barbara. You silly old fucker. There we go. That's that. And then we have the steel book, which may I add I still have not opened because I haven't watched this edition yet. I will get around to it pretty soon, because I'm down to see what the extras are in this. So that's it, folks. That's everything for that little box. A worthy addition to anybody's collection. I actually got this on Amazon quite recently, and I have to say it was worth every penny. It was only about £36 thereabouts, which isn't bad for that set. You know, it's pretty low in the old price stakes. So next we have, next we have, this is a little novelty for you. This is a custom Night of the Living Dead figure gas pump key. Isn't that splendid? How novel. Yes, I got this off, I think it was eBay, some guy was selling them. But cool nonetheless. Quite like that little addition. Next we have the novel. Now this is a modern one, it's not the original. I think I may have an original copy over there somewhere, but it's buried in behind a pile of things. But this is, yes, this is another like updated version of the novel. As you can see there. Oh, I'm running out of room here. Oh dear. Oh fuck. So next we have the graphic novel. Yes. Yes, folks. I also have this graphic novel, which is more like a photo book. I just altered a bit with some cheap wizardry, you know, to make it look like a graphic novel. But it's quite cool. It was pretty cheap, it's like £5 or something. I got it. So I thought, fuck it, I'll order it. So next we have the Night of the Living Dead film book. Now this is quite old, as you can see, a bit tattered. I've had this, I want to say I got this probably in around, so I'll give you a publishing date, 1985. I think I got this about 88, must be about 88. I've had this definitely since the late 80s. But yeah, it's a brilliant book. It's actually going for quite a lot of money now. I've seen it going, there he is. Old Georgie boy. Some great stills in this book. There we go, that famous shot there of the ghoul. Look at that horrendous stuff with Ben there. Yep, that's a brilliant book. Bit of my collection for many years, almost 40 years. So lastly, we have the Night of the Living Dead soundtrack score, which you can hear in the background here. Now I shouldn't get dinged or get any copyright shit because this is public domain anyway, so the film is, I know that. So hopefully it'll be okay. There we go, there's the inside of that bad boy, the gatefold. Bare arse zombies, all sorts of zombies there. And there's the back. Look at that, awesome. I think there's a little sleeve note, yes, there we go. There we are. That lovely artwork there. Folds out. There we are, folks. Look at that, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, and I think the vinyl is, yes, it is mint green, or like this big zombie flesh vinyl. There we go. Look at that. It's a double vinyl, so I'm not going to bother showing the other ones, the exact same thing. There we go. Oh, don't you just love vinyl? Right, on a side note, I'm going to show Night of the Living Dead remake from 1990 by Tom Savini. Now, I'm going to show you these because I have the current 4K pre-ordered, which should be out in a couple of weeks. This is my old DVD copy, the old bog standard edition. There we go. And this one, this is a VHS special double video widescreen edition of Night of the Living Dead remake and Return of the Living Dead. I bought this, must have been back in '93. There we go, there's the back. And inside you have both, fuck, I say, fuck. Both the cassettes there. Yes, nice to have that. Pretty rare these days. So there we have it, folks. Another episode has come to a close. I'm churning these out quite frequently because I'm currently out of work at the moment, but I should be starting work next week with a bit of luck. I have an interview tomorrow, so hopefully that'll go all to plan. So yes, I'm churning these out as quickly as I can to get as much content there as I can, and hopefully you good folks out there stay tuned for further episodes. Yes. Now, I shall go away and leave you alone. And thank you for watching. Tickle that like button. Punch this fucking subscribe button. And be good and don't be a dick. And I shall see you again very soon. Thank you, folks. Bye.